The summer of 1935 in Cleveland offered no relief from the Depression's suffocating heat, but a new kind of chill began to creep across the city. It started in the squalid underpasses and ravines of Kingsbury Run, a stretch of forgotten shanty towns and freight tracks where the destitute huddled in the shadows. Here the first victims of the mad Bucher were found, and the city's grim secret began to rot under the Midwestern sun. The terror wasn't just in the number of the dead. Ultimately, 12 canonical victims, though many more suspected, but in the horrifying artistry of their demise. The initial discovery was 2 male torsos, cleanly severed at the neck and groin, the flesh treated with a strange oily chemical that suggested professional preservation. The subsequent finds were worse: limbs meticulously detached, heads vanishing completely, sometimes for months only to reappear randomly near the central collection of body parts. There was almost never any blood at the scene. The killer was conducting his butchery elsewhere, and he was an expert. The cuts were so precise, the joints so surgically disjointed, that some police suspected a doctor or a highly trained butcher. Into this maelstrom of horror stepped the city's most famous lawman, Eliot Ness. The former untouchable, the man who brought down Al Capone, was now Cleveland's director of public safety. He arrived with a reputation for incorruptible tenacity. If anyone could stop this escalating nightmare, it was Ness. The press watched, the public waited, certain the mobster hunter would capture this ghost. But Kingsbury Run was not the Chicago mob. This killer left no financial ledger, no paper trail, and no obvious witnesses willing to speak. Ness poured every resource into the investigation, overseeing brutal raids on the shanty towns, burning the squatters' homes to flush out suspects, and implementing modern forensic techniques. He focused his suspicion on a specific doctor, Dr. Francis Sweeney, a man with surgical expertise and institutional connections to the victim's neighborhood. Ness interrogated Sweeney relentlessly, reportedly bringing him to the brink of confession. But the butcher was smarter, or perhaps luckier, than any criminal Ness had faced. Sweeney passed every lie detector test and, protected by a powerful family, remained untouchable himself. The bodies continued to appear, taunting the famed lawman. The final, officially recognized murder occurred in 1938, and after that, the butcher simply faded away, disappearing into the fabric of the Depression, a perfect unsolved crime left to stain Ness's legacy. Eliot Ness, the man who had cleaned up Chicago, was utterly defeated by one ghost in Cleveland. The case was his professional shadow, a perpetual question mark against his reputation. The butcher of Kingsbury Run was never identified, never charged, and never truly stopped. Is the true horror of a serial killer their brutality, or the enduring dread of knowing they walked among us and successfully slipped back into the crowd? And what ultimate fate befell the mad butcher? Did he die peacefully in his sleep, or was he claimed by the very shadows he frequented?